up, Graycie?
What's up, YouTube? I'm just kidding.
Nah, I like it.
I'm kidding. I feel like Pete. Hi guys. What's up? Me and Larry here today. It's Monday. We're gonna talk about some stuff.
There it is right there.
You got it up?
Yep.
Oh, there we go. Now we can answer questions too. So we see if you guys are saying something to us. We can see it right there and respond.
Now, it is a little delayed, so it'll take us a second or two to get to you, but we'll get to you.
So after this, me and Larry going to work out.
Yeah, I hit the gym. Doctor said I'm a fat, healthy person today. I just got my checkup. Said blood pressure and everything was good, so we good there. So next thing is,
Oh, is it recording?
Yep.
Okay.
So now you can do your sounds. She got the soundboard, guys, so every once in a while you might hear a sound. Like that right there. That's her welcoming you guys.
That's pretty long.
So today we have, we're going to talk a little bit about some stuff. And Shelby said, good morning, y'all.
Good morning, Shelby.
Good morning, Shelby.
Shelby's at home right now. Say hi to Austin. Hey, Austin.
Hi, Austin. She might be at daycare. She might need
probably.
a break. So, guys, today we're going to talk about some suggestions. We need suggestions, guys. We need some suggestions for sounds for the podcast because we're going to be doing sounds like you just heard. Like, we're going to make our own sounds for it. So we need some ideas from you guys on that. What else we need?
I don't know. Questions? Honestly, anything that you just wonder maybe about a tattoo shop that you're unsure of. There's a lot of stuff that people they don't know that goes on behind scenes. So if you have questions, just ask us.
Yeah.
Larry's an open book.
and we will answer questions for any other shop. And it might not be the same answer, but what I can tell you is what you should feel and how it should feel because we've been in this industry 20 years and I live and breathe this industry. So I believe 100% that what we're doing is just trying to help give more awareness to the tattoo industry and to the world that people don't know. Because there's questions out there you don't know the answers to, and we can help you with that. And sometimes it's just nerves. Like, you know how it is. Like, your first tattoo you ever got. When you walk in the shop, you don't even know what to look for. You don't. You just walk in, you're like, oh, my God, what do I do? You don't know to look at somebody's portfolio. You don't know a lot of things, like cleanliness.
Mel did my first tattoo. Shout out, Mel.
Do you feel comfortable? You know, like
I was nervous. I was so nervous. What was your first tattoo?
My first tattoo was my first professional tattoo. So here we go. Needle and thread was how I started, right? Like I told you guys before. So my first tattoo was across my back. It says Norma. It says my last name, Norma, across my back.
That was sticking?
Yeah, on the living room floor of Melissa's house.
Oh,
in her mom's apartment.
no.
Yeah, on her mom's apartment. George did it. We just got back from California. And he was like, let me do it on you. I was like, all right. So we laid out. I got shit-faced drunk, and I did the tattoo. He did the tattoo on my back. That was my first one. And then my first professional, Chris from Tattoo Mafia, did my first one. He did it it was at that time, he was working at, it was it's where Home Depot is in Dover now. It used to be a farmer's market. And he worked in there for this guy and called Big Daddy's Tattoo.
Big Daddy, and that's where you got your first professional one done?
Yeah. And then I got hustled outside by the guy. It's this guy that does cup tricks and stuff. And he puts the peanut under the thing, got it for
shit.
Yeah, got it for a couple hundred.
Couple hundred?
Yeah, I had some money with.
Oh, okay.
I was always making some money. I was just whatever. Anyway, so I first tattoo I got was a little devil with a cork gun shooting out a cork.
Yeah, oh no.
On my
Where'd
back
you get
shoulder.
that?
You
Oh,
can still
okay.
see it a little bit because it's not all the way covered. But yeah, that was my first professional tattoo. I was 18. I just turned 18, and that's what I wanted.
That's funny.
I just walked into a shop, didn't know what the hell to get, and I picked some shit off the wall. That's how I got it.
Yeah, my parents would not let me go get a tattoo before I turned 18, which is fine. But I just got writing on my ribs. I was really excited. So I feel like it didn't hurt.
So William asks, how did I pick the team we have now? Honestly, the universe picked it for me. I didn't really pick it. They came to me.
Everything fell in place.
So at the time, here's how it started. Pete was the first to come, right?
I thought Alicia was no, Pete was.
Mm-hmm. And how that happened was Pete was working for another tattoo shop, and the tattoo shop had ended up closing down. right? The owner was going
Yeah.
through some stuff. He ended up closing down, and they were supposed to open up a new tattoo studio in this one place, and something happened. I don't know exactly because I don't speak on it because I don't know, but I know something happened. The lease fell through. He didn't get it. So
Yeah.
Pete and Felix at that time were not working, and I was like, dude, I know you got some kids and stuff, and I know you're trying to stay making some money for you to pay your bills and stuff. You can come work here until your shop opens, and once it opens up, you can go back, dude. I'm just trying to help you out. He was like, all right, and it would have helped me too at the same time. It's not like I don't gain from it because at the
Yeah,
same
because
time,
you would have had,
some
another.
extra income just to help for right now. And he was like, okay, cool, man. And he was like grateful. And then he came up to me right before he was about to leave. It was like a couple weeks before they were about
And
to
this is
open
when
it.
he was working for you?
Yeah.
And he was about to go back?
Yeah, and he come up to me. He's like, dude, you care if I stay? He's like, I'd rather stay. And I was like,
Oh,
hell yeah, dude, you can stay. He's like,
you guys were homies.
he's like, I want structure. I just want some structure. I
Yeah.
was like, I got you, man. I was like, don't worry about it. I got structure here. Like, the
Yeah.
shop's not going anywhere. He's like, okay, cool. And he's been here since. That's my dog. That's my boy.
Mm-hmm.
And Pete, that's my homie.
Pete
And
Torres.
then Alicia came. And how Alicia came was, she came about 3 times. And that's determination. Like, she wanted it. And her little person. Her little personality.
Yeah.
I loved her from the beginning. I knew she was cool. But I just didn't hire her at the time because I was like, do I really want to take on an apprentice for piercing?
Yeah.
Do I have time?
Because were you doing the piercings then?
Yeah. I did
Okay.
piercings. And that sucked. It sucked doing piercings and tattooing because you have to always stop to pierce, and like a 5-hour tattoo could take you 8 hours, and your client sits for a long time. So I just wanted to get out of it. So
Yeah.
it was kind of perfect timing, but I'm not a person that just takes somebody usually off the first rip. Like, you don't just come to me first time.
Yeah.
Because I got to know more about you. So usually what I do is you come to me, you ask me, and then I stalk you. I really do. I literally watch your Facebook. I look at your Instagrams. I see what you're about. I look to see if you're negative or positive. If I see a bunch of negative, I don't even respond back to you. Because at the end of the day, I just want growth. I don't want negativity in my life. So that's
Gotta
how
be
Alicia,
careful about who you bring. Yeah.
when she came back the second time or third time, that's when I hired her. And that's how she came. Mel, well, Dom was next. Dom came, and how Dom come was Dom was up at another tattoo studio trying to get an apprenticeship there. He liked the people up there. It was close to his house. He's tried to get in, and then something happened. Like, he got screwed over. I don't know exact the details, but I know he got screwed over because I can't remember. So the lady I was renting from, the building I was renting from at the time, says, hey, my best friend's son is trying to become a tattoo artist. And then she told me a story about him going over there, and a guy told him like some astronomical price, and they were going to pay it for him to be an apprentice. And then something happened. Something I think shady, but I'm not sure, so I don't really want to speak on it. But so because I love Chris, I was like, all right, I'll give him a shot. So I gave him a shot. He came work for me, and he apprenticed for a while. Then after a few years, he got tired of that drive. That drive was kicking his butt.
Yeah.
So he started working at another tattoo shop up in North. When he started working at that tattoo studio, he realized that tattoo studio isn't like this one.
Yeah.
We care about our client. We care about the clients. We care about the artists. We care about the studio. We care about everything in there.
Yeah.
Artistic Editions, we care about every part of that.
Yeah.
So he saw that where he was at, they weren't doing advertising. They weren't marketing. They weren't putting his name out there. Nothing. He was like, dude, he's like, you care if I come back? I was like, of course, man. Welcome arms. He respectfully, the way he left was respected.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I'm going to give you my 2 weeks notice. I'm going to go work at another studio. It's just closer to home, blah, blah, blah. Like, dude, I'm about growth. I'll never be that guy to just hold a grudge to you about something like you're trying to grow. So when he came back. And then we got Mel, right? Mel came because Mel tried a couple times. And Mel always came in with her little spunky butt, like how she always is.
She's like, hey.
And she was getting tattooed by Ray at the time, and was getting a sleeve, and she wanted a tattoo. And then her mom comes in one day and tries to hand me money. I was like, oh, I want to make her an apprentice. I want her to be an apprentice. And I'm like, dude, this is a single mom raising kids by herself, willing to give up money to have her become an apprentice. And I was like,
that says something.
I told her, I said, listen, I'm not saying yes to that right now. I said, bring her back tomorrow and let me talk to her. And that's how Mel got here, because Mel's mom went hard for her. What I mean? So I'm a mama's boy, so it kind of wrenched my heart a little bit, and that's how Mel got here.
You're like, okay.
And I wouldn't want it any other way anyway. And then who else? Who we got? Then we have
Shelby.
Shelby came through Alicia. That had nothing to do with that part. I told Alicia, I was like, listen, I'm going to let you handle this. And I told Shelby from the door, I don't accept people into this family until I know. And I was like, you got to get through Alicia. And it wasn't like I was being rude. It was just like who I am. I don't open my heart up to just anybody.
Yeah.
So, because once you're a part of the family, you're part of the family. So, and I told her that the whole time. And then eventually it came to where she's part of the family. With her and Alicia, Alicia worked with her for a year of apprenticeship under her to become a piercer. And now, and look at them. Now they're successful. They're doing good. Then we got Graycie. How Graycie came, she tried a couple times, and I wasn't really hiring anybody at the time. And
I'm not taking any apprentices.
Yeah, and it was just because
whatever.
At that time, like
I'll see you later.
I was so booked and so much going on in my life that I didn't want to put that on her where I wouldn't give her the attention needed. So then Kyle reaches out to me, really good friend of mine, like a brother to me. Reaches out, I was like, hey man, I got this girl. Telling you she's a monster. As soon as he showed me her work, I was like, I've been watching her. Like, I've been watching her. She came in and I've watched her. Ever since she walked out the door, I've watched her. So I was like, I just haven't said anything. I like her personality and stuff, but she don't post a lot. So I didn't see much of like anything coming forward. And then finally I told you to come in the next day. Or actually, shit, I think you came in that same day, didn't you?
No, same day after school.
Yeah, right after
school. So I was texting you first period in my calculus class, and I was like, I'm about to go see Larry. Yeah. After this, leave school, go to the tattoo shop, try and get this apprenticeship.
I told her, I was like, this is going to be hard because you're in school, you're going to college, and she had all this stuff going on. I mean, she was doing lacrosse. She was captain of lacrosse. She was doing CrossFit because you were teaching a class of CrossFit. Like, you were just doing a whole lot of things at that time. And I was like, you got to understand, this is going to be a butt whooping. And you looked right in my face. I was like, all right. So I was like, all right.
I was like, okay.
Because it was a challenge accepted. It was like, you didn't show any fear. You didn't show anything. You just showed me like,
dude, because in my head, I was like, I'm only taking 4 classes this year. This is nothing. Like, I've got time.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, she worked because while she was apprenticing tattooing, she still was on Zoom on her phone and talking. Like, she wasn't one of them kids that just sat and listened to the teacher. She would stop tattooing for a second and talk back with the teacher and ask questions. Like, oh, what'd you say about this one? I remember you were asking questions, like you were.
Yeah, I was asking Mr. Sample questions because we were turning our AP portfolio.
So that's what I mean. Like you stayed grinding. So it's like you didn't stop. And then COVID hit. That's when COVID was hitting. So we literally for 4 months just worked completely together the whole time.
And we just would come in and we do a face. A face would probably take me 2-3 times. Yep. And then we'd start on something else. And then we'd do a podcast while I'd come in some days. And then other days we would just tattoo or talk and stuff and like plan stuff out. Or Larry would do a podcast. Yeah.
We grinded. Listen, we grinded during COVID.
Everyone else all my friends were they're like, oh, it's like spring break. They were like, oh, and I was like, well, I got to go work.
Yeah, we're working our butt off. So that's how we got to there. And then we have Cynthia came. I reached out to her. I think I reached out to her. I was like, or no, she reached out to me and said, she was looking for a place to come. And I brought her in. And she's just, her energy level and her personality is just an amazing person. So it's like
Cynthia's hilarious.
She's good to have around, Like even if nothing, like just as a friend.
Anytime I'm having a bad day, Cynthia is literally going to say something that's probably going to make me start laughing. Yeah. So.
And everybody in our shop. Like now we have Bethany, which was Cynthia's apprentice.
Now she works with us.
Yeah, she definitely.
Raja.
And she's grinding. Bethany's grinding, even though she went to Hawaii again. Like, I want to be on vacation like that. And Raja, we got Raja. We got the little diva of the shop. Like, she's the mama bear of her kitties. And, like, she's a single mom, independent, growing her business, and just working. So you can't knock her.
Doing her thing.
Yeah. And in that shop, it's like, the best part about it is it's not like, it was like the universe just brought us all together.
It's weird because it's funny just because everyone's like my friends. Like you guys are all like a lot older than me. I know that, but like.
Yeah, but we don't look at age. We don't.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're all so like cool. Yeah. It's funny.
And everybody has accountability and everybody has a drive. Like you got Dom that just loves lettering. Like that dude just. All day, what y'all don't see is if he's not tattooing, he's drawing. He's
in the back, hoodie on, just drawing on his light table.
Perfecting his lettering. So it's commitment. It's so much commitment in that shop that the growth is inevitable. And that's why I said it's the most elite. Like, I'm not trying to down any other shop because there's a lot of great shops out in this world. what I'm trying to say is in that studio, we have every walk of life, and everybody in there is just trying to grow. Everybody's asking questions. Everybody's like, "Yo,
Yeah.
what do you think we could have done? I could have done better. What do you
Everyone's
like to?"
got each
Yeah,
other's backs. Like me starting tattooing, like there was a lot of times where I would freak out about something. I'd be like, damn, like I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do this,
yep,
or I'm
yep.
just like, I wouldn't understand how to shade something right. And Larry, Mel, Pete would always be there. Dom answer my questions, or being like, oh, use this needle or do this. Like it made me having to learn so much easier. It was a breeze.
Caitlin said, "Good morning, y'all are awesome, and I love your ambition."
Good
Why, thank
morning.
you.
Thank you.
And then we have, who else do we have? Oh, we can't leave out Allison, because if we leave out Allison, she might say something to us in the shop later.
I was gonna punch
Allison's the
us.
front desk person. She handles all the phone calls, the messages, the emails, pretty much all social media.
If
Even
you book an appointment with any of us, you're talking to Allison on the phone.
9 times out of 10,
9 times out of 10.
unless one of us just help because she's busy.
Yeah.
But 90% of the time is her. 99.9% of the time is her. um, Even on the Facebook, when you write in Facebook or Instagram, 99% of the time it's her. Emails, definitely her. Like, yeah, she does all that. We don't do any of that. But that's because I want our artists to worry about the art. I don't want them to have to worry about the questions and the concerns, because Allison can pretty much pinpoint everything you want done. So when she comes to us, she knows exactly where and what we're trying to do, what color, black and gray, size, everything. So it makes
Mhm.
it so much easier, so there's no confusion.
Yeah.
I didn't leave out Pete. I talked about Pete first. He was the originator.
Hey, why is he saying something?
No, Caitlin said I left out Pete. I said, nah, he was the originator.
Oh,
And Pete's grown. Like, his art and his style, like, man, if you look back, he's night and day.
dude,
That's
he snaps
dedication.
on the portraits. I tell Pete, if you guys want a portrait and you don't want to book with me, book with Pete.
Yeah.
Like, cause Pete did this one. It's Johnny Cash. Oh, look how ash I am. I just scratched myself. He snapped. He did such a good job. It hurt, but he's doing more portraits though. That's what he wants to do, and we're about to do that seminar so we can
And
up our
Bucky
game a
said,
little bit.
I have seen you so much growth from you, Larry, from East Coast to the amazing studio you have now. East Coast Inc. was my second studio that I had.
Right after Street Legal.
Yeah, so street legal tattoo and airbrushing, and how that was my first, and how that started was I literally was coming from the streets to success. Like, I was like, I'm gonna make this legal. I'm gonna make this street money
Mhm.
legal money, and that's what it was. And it bit me in my butt because I wasn't ready. I didn't know business, and I
Yeah.
just was trying to take a mindset of a
Mhm.
hustler into something that I wasn't ready to be. So that's how that failed. Second one was East Coast Inc. That was my pride and joy. I believe that one was going to be
Yeah.
Artistic Editions, to be honest with you. And
What happened with that one? Why didn't that one work out?
man, I was more about impressing people, going out, partying every night, drinking. I was real bad off on drinking. I had just separated with my oldest son, Isaac's mom.
Yeah.
Um, I lost the business, a lot of it, and coming in between it being robbed and her, there was a lot like in my mental that I messed
Mhm.
up. So when I got to East Coast Sync, I still wasn't all the way prepared, and I still was getting over a lot of dumb stuff. So at that time, I was just it was 2000. This was before Facebook. This was before all this stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like you didn't have the social media presence. So I was out every night, and
Mhm.
I had this OCD issue that I had to work with for a long time. I never wore the same underwear. I never wore the same socks ever, 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 ever. So everything was expensive. I lived an expensive lifestyle,
Yeah.
and what I was doing was I was maintaining. I could live that lifestyle because I was like, okay, I make enough to live this lifestyle,
Yeah.
but I wasn't ever prepared for anything past that.
You're
Anything
in the
happened,
moment. You can
yeah.
afford this in the moment,
And
but you
then
couldn't.
and then stuff hit. The new loaner sold the building. New guy got it. He owned this medical company, and he was just like he owned a construction company, a medical company, and it was just wanted us out. He wanted to remodel the building, and I was going back and forth fighting with him. I was like, I'm not leaving. So one day I come in, and the bathroom in the studio, he cut the wall out, which was an apartment in the back, right? That I
Yeah.
used to rent. It was the kitchen. So it was the kitchen, and the bathroom was on the other side of that wall.
Yeah.
He calls the Board of Health. Board of Health comes in, and me and Isaac are sitting at the morning counter. Every morning we would stop, get breakfast, and we sit at the counter at the shop because I get in an hour early, and I
Mhm.
clean the shop, sweep it up, mop it, everything, and then me and him would sit and eat breakfast. I'm sitting there eating breakfast, and the Board of Health comes in, He's like, yeah, I got to do an inspection, man. I got a complaint. Which in this industry, a complaint isn't that serious. Like,
Yeah.
people complain about dumb stuff all the time. They come in, they make sure we're good, everything's sterile, everything's supposed to be the way it is, and then they go on their way. So I wasn't thinking anything of it. He goes, yeah, we're going to check out your bathroom. And this was an old church. So it had like two bathrooms. It had a unisex bathroom, and then it had a male bathroom where it just had saloon doors and a urinal, however you say it, right? So I was like, our bathroom was bigger than this room. I'm like, all right, cool. I got a cool bathroom. Yeah. And I walk in, it was like somebody punched me on my face. I was like, oh, I could just see the kitchen. I'm like, I don't know. I didn't do this. Like, I don't know what this is about right now.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, he goes, dude, you can't be in operations. I was like, man, give me a couple of days. Let me get this together. I ain't have a pot to piss in. I ain't had no money. I had nothing. I had nothing. I don't know how I was going to get that to work. He was like, well, you can't work today. And that'd be the only way that I could have made it happen, is if I still could have worked that day and made some money and probably got a few $100 and put the wall back up, like half-ass, just to get open. Nope, he shut me down. So that's how I got shut down, because I wasn't prepared and I didn't ask for help. So I kind of screwed myself on that one. And that's how East Coast Inc. failed. But it was a good shop, but there was a lot of drugs, alcohol, and partying and women. We were more like, that was just disrespectful times.
Yeah.
I was just a disrespectful person back then. So it's just
look at you now.
Yeah.
It worked out.
You learn what you don't want to be.
You had your fun.
Yeah. And it wasn't even fun. It's learning what I didn't want to be.
Yeah.
And what I don't want to do. Right after you talked about Pete. My bad. He sure is awesome. I'll be back soon.
So
I was just messing with Caitlin. You know I love you.
What is your favorite cheat day food? Cheat day meal?
Steak.
Steak? What sides? You're just going to say steak?
Because I don't really care about size, to be honest with you. I just want that steak.
What kind of steak? How do you want your steak cooked?
So if I see around here, there's not really like a real steak shop, like a real one. There is that one.
There's one down in the beach. Down in like Lewis, there's like 17 some steakhouse.
Yeah, 17. Yeah, 76.
Someone said that place was really nice, but I've never been there.
Never been there either. So I usually either go to Texas Roadhouse or Outback, just something simple.
Okay.
Quick. Then I can take the family. I go to the expensive one. I ain't taking the whole family. Listen, my kids, they expensive or as they own, and they really won't eat it.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, I'm not spending $100 plate. You ain't eating it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it personal. Like, you eat this? Chill.
I just
It is what it is. I love my kids though. That's why I do what I do, for my kids and my family.
I think my cheat day meal would either be like a huge plate of sushi. I'm gonna cry thinking about that. Sushi or
spicy
like
salmon.
Something.
I need spicy mayo on the side though, and soy sauce though.
I don't really like the spicy mayo.
I don't know if we could be friends after today.
We can't be friends. You're firing me. Oh wait.
So, that is a good cheat. Yeah, yes. Nah, steak's always gonna take it. Just good old juicy.
Or like for me, I would get a big Italian dish like pasta.
Yeah, that'd be Nate. Like my son Nate. That's him. He'll eat pasta every day of the week if you let him.
Really?
Yeah, he loves.
I used to eat pasta a lot when I played lacrosse.
We make a pot of lasagna, and I have to make two because he physically will eat like 3/4 of one by himself. He'll go down. He'll throw it down.
The lasagna.
And then you got my corner. You got Isaac. He don't eat meat anymore, but he'll throw down too. Don't be something good. Like they're vultures, man. I put my.
That's how I am. My parents leave food in the fridge. I'm like,
he does it to me at the shop. I'd like the other day. I made my whole meal. Right, got it all up on the counter, great eating it. I turn around, go get a water, come back. He's out there just eating it. Like I didn't make that plate for you. They just be getting you. Have kids, they say. So, what would be your favorite tattoo to do? If you had to pick a tattoo right now, what would it be?
A color portrait with pinks, reds, and blues of a famous movie character on someone's leg. Hyper realistic, but like lots of color, like reflection.
Be a good one.
or a full, not like a full color skull, but like part of a skull on someone's like arm or leg is like filler or something.
Yeah, yeah.
But like full like white, but like color, like I know exactly what I'm trying to say, but I can't say it. Whatever, I know what I would want to do. But basically a color portrait probably. I think I could really snap on a color portrait because the last one I did, I don't use the same needles now. I don't run my machine the same. I don't mix my colors the same way. So I really know if I sat down and did it, it would be.
If I wasn't such a
That's
wuss,
what I need you to do.
if I wasn't such a wuss, I'd let you do one on me.
You could numb yourself. We could do 2 different sessions.
You're cussing at me right now still. Stop cussing at me. Stop. That's not right.
Oh, you got to touch up your 2 bucks, too.
Yeah, okay.
No, I got my leg done. Yeah, that took like 4 hours. Yeah, Pete, that shit took 5 hours. I was mad.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this shit sucks.
Like, I love tattooing, and I used to love getting tattooed, but now I just get mad at you. Like, while you're tattooing me, I'm good for about 4 hours. After the 4th hour, I start thinking it's just bad. Like, I don't like you. Why'd I even let you tattoo me? I don't mean it. You know when you're hungry and you're talking wrong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You start getting, I'll get snappy.
Yep.
I'll get real rude when I'm hungry.
And that feta cheese pasta I made the other day was bomb. That was just a TikTok thing.
Oh, you made it?
Yeah. Me and Audrey did.
Stop. Did you like it?
Yeah, it was actually bomb. You ever seen that TikTok one?
No, I saw where you roasted tomatoes.
Yeah, so you roast a tomato and then you put the feta cheese in the middle of it, and then you put on 400 for 35 minutes in the oven.
Okay.
And then you boil some pasta. Well, she wanted them panini pastas, so you took them and then penne, whatever they call it. Panini. You know what the hell we saying?
Penne.
Anyway, so you bake that, and then after you do that, you stick the pasta in it
and mix it around.
Oh, that stuff was so bomb.
It was good.
Yeah, like I would never thought. It looked nasty. I ain't gonna lie.
Then
you started mixing. I was like, all right. Then I bit it, and I was like, oh shit, I'm about to go fat on them.
I'm about to go.
And I did. I ate a lot.
Oh.
Nah,
I was
Bucky,
like,
listen,
last time we got sushi after this.
Bucky said, no numbing. You take the pain, earn that tattoo. Yeah.
Listen,
Facts.
it's like, nah. I think I like getting tattooed without numbing just because when it wears off, it's so much worse. Like, I'm like, dude, cut it out. That's why I think when I did my own leg, like, I was good for, like, the 3 hours, but then I was like, oh, my God, I've got to stop. Like, fuck this. Yep. I'm not finishing this. No, that's how but that was because I felt it, like, fully, and it was just, like, so, like, irritated. Oh, my God.
Only time I use it is, like, when you – that's why I had you spray me at the end when we were, like, around 4 hours and you were about to do the white. You wouldn't touch me with no damn white without that numbing. I don't care. I earned that 4 hours. You numbing that white.
Yeah, right.
You know you've seen them memes. When
it's time to do the white. You're like.
That stuff ain't no lie. That is true.
Like, oh, my God.
That's all facts. When you see that tattoo artist grab that white, you just need no shit about to go down.
I feel like I should start using white more throughout it, like shading more a little bit with
you
white.
Gotta be careful of it making it look mushy.
Yeah, because I notice if it mixes too much with the gray, then it turns, or the black, it'll turn grayish. Yeah. But then I also notice, and also with like skin tone, you don't want it to turn yellow.
It'll almost look opaque if you do it with black and gray and you use the white.
That's what I did on my dad's arm. That's what I noticed. I used a good amount of white on him.
It came out looking opaque, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like you can.
It depends. Yeah, exactly.
But a lot of people like opaques. Like opaque is a dope style. I did it on Isaac. Like I started black and gray in it, and I added a lot of whites, and I still came back and did some grays, and it came out opaque looking, but it looks dope to me. Yeah. So at the end of the day, your dad's tattoo looks dope, but I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
What's the difference with white?
So I would explain. This is when my clients like they're weird about the white, or like they're confused why I need to add white. I explain to them that like your skin tone is basically your paper, and you can only go darker. So your skin tone is going to be your lightest shade. So if you want to add white, then you have a bigger scale, a longer range of shades of like black and gray that you can get. So it just gives it more 3D depth and stuff, like realistic looking.
Yeah, and it separates. Like sometimes it can just separate the black and gray for you. It'll give you it'll show you the depth. And also the difference in it is because the reason why it hurts more is because the whole tattoo's already been worked over. And if you've been on it for 5-6 hours, you're already tender as hell. Then we're coming back with a liner again. And once you come back with a liner, it's like, Oh hell no, I don't want a liner touched on me. And then you
Mhm.
got to run a line with the white because you don't just scrape the white. You don't just shade the white in. You run the lines because it gives it
Yeah.
that boldness.
I honestly I only use my white like when I do a portrait. I love my white with my portraits because the portrait will look good, but then you throw the white
Yep.
in, literally just the tip of the lip, the nose, the eye,
Yep. You get that little
some
pupil.
spots, but only where the white is in the picture, and it just is like looks so
It
good.
does. It does look really good. White is a game
Ready to shed
changer.
a tear?
White is a game changer.
Mhm. I
So,
feel I feel like I need to use more white when I do color.
yeah, definitely mix it too.
Mhm.
I
That's
do
why I
mix a
noticed
lot.
that I don't do a lot.
I pull out like 4 caps of white and I'll just kind of dip.
That's why I think when I go back to do a portrait, that's I need more
Just
white.
get the little caps for the white so that way you don't waste it or whatever. And
Mhm.
just kind of
Just
like
for mixing, yeah.
yeah, just for mixing. And then they got this new white I want to try. Dynamic
The
has it.
two
That
times
double white that
double
it
white.
says
Dun
don't
dun
mix with
dun.
color, so I guess it doesn't break down color good
Oh, okay.
because it's that strong. And if it's that strong, imagine running some bold white lines with that. It'll pop.
Yeah, doing some little highlights will
It's like
probably stay.
it's like $40 a buy. It's double the price. So
Double the power. Double the
yeah,
price.
hopefully right.
Pete just ordered. I need to order ink. I'm gonna
I
get
need to
some
order
cool
ink too.
colors.
We
There's
just went
a
through some.
couple specific colors I think I really want to order
Yeah,
that I would use a lot
there are and
in
like
a new machine.
there's there's a bunch of there's a bunch of colors out. Like Eternal and Confusion are really good, but then you do have Starbright, you have Intense,
Mhm.
you have Worldwide. I mean, World Famous. You have a lot of different ones you could try.
Mhm.
See what you like the most. You know, see which ones really
Yeah, I might
blend with
try
you.
out a couple different ones.
And I have distribution deals with some of them, so we can get some of them.
Work
Yeah,
a
we
little
just
deal.
well, I'll order a big order of it and then just throw
Mhm.
yours in there with it and add up my value because then it gives me a better discount anyway.
I'm gonna just spend like a good amount of money this weekend, I think.
And let me tell y'all something.
Just because I've been saving and I'm ready to buy some supplies. Like I've been putting money aside for a reason.
There's in the tattoo industry, pricing has like skyrocketed for supplies, and that's why when you're looking now and you're seeing us charge more, you gotta understand the stuff that we have now costs so much more than what it used to. We used to get a bottle for
And not even just like with COVID, but like when you go into a tattoo shop, it's like a luxury. It should be
yes,
a luxury. It's like you don't get a tattoo every day. Like I'm not gonna just use like for me, like I use different cream when I go to tattoo. Like the stuff we put on you after the tattoo is different. Like it's not just, some plastic wrap, saran wrap. Like we take into account every step of the tattoo process, trying to make it like a little bit better for you. So like I know sometimes like with pricing, like you it's not just the tattoo that you're like
yeah,
getting.
it's
Even
everything.
needles, you don't even understand the how much more expensive a needle is. And I'm not stingy when it comes to
No,
needles. Like
you pull out a lot.
I have 10 needles out and I'll use all of them because I know like specific things I want to use them for. But like I'm not,
That's like thirty
trying to.
dollars right there.
Yeah, I'm not trying to cut down though. It's like if I'm tattooing someone, I need them. I'm gonna use them.
Yeah, but besides that, I mean, what do you think is your least favorite tattoo to do? Since we asked about your
I
favorite.
think my least favorite. I don't. I don't know. I feel like stuff. I really don't enjoy stuff that's just like thrown at me sometimes in the moment. Like I like knowing in advance what tattoo I'm doing the
Yeah,
next day, or just even like I have a bad feeling about it. Not like a bad feeling about a tattoo, but there's a different feeling with, oh, I'm excited to do this piece. Like I'm really gonna be into it. Like I could sit there for 10 hours tattooing it and not complain. And then there's like the tattoos you do and you're just like, man, like this is just not going. It's like my lines, it takes me longer to figure out how I want to run my lines. Or it's like the ink's not going in the right way, so I got to take time to mess around my machine. And then the tattoos where that's involved, I'm just like, man.
throw it
Just
on the
like
spot.
just the what but there's no like art that I think I've done that I'm just like I hate this cuz like I did the henna on the girls, like that was all line work. I love doing that. I do the color portraits,
You could tell street
black and gray.
artists.
I like it all.
You could tell older art tattoo artists from younger, right? Because back when I was tattooing, even when Pete started, you see how he doesn't mind taking in walk-ins real quick and doing that.
Yeah.
Because back then that was like what it was. It
Yeah.
wasn't really
And
appointments and
even
stuff.
like I started And like as soon as we shut down, so you weren't even taking. I've never even been working where like walk-ins would come in, because probably if we were taking walk-ins, I'd be doing walk-ins all the time. Then, I mean, some days I'm in there and I'd like if I have a full day cancellation, then like then that would work out. Then I'm actually making money. I don't have to find someone to bring in. But
does it hurt more to get a tattoo covered up or fixed? Honestly, it's the same because it's over scar tissue. So it's like depending on how long the tattoo is, how old the tattoo is, if there's a lot of scarring. So if it's like raised up, or if there's if you can feel it, like if you run your hand over your tattoo and you can feel the raised lines and stuff, that's scar tissue. That's going to hurt a little bit more, and it's going to be, you got to manipulate that. So when you're doing the cover up, and if you have raised any skin at all where a tattoo is, you have to make sure that's a shadow point. So that way when you're looking at it, you can't tell that that's just a line running through something. So there's a lot of tricks to trades to that, but I would say a cover up probably more than fixed, because now honestly probably I would say fixed.
I think maybe if you're talking about like a rework, if you're trying to do the exact same picture, just make it look better, that would hurt less because you probably already have like some of the shading and stuff or whatever. But if you're getting a cover up, like if I'm doing a color cover up, I'm packing the color into the old tattoo to kind of.
You don't want to just do that little area, so now you got to go out at least 2 inches around, all the way around, so that way it's not a focal point on just that one spot.
And definitely, if you're getting a cover up, listen to your artist, because they know, like, in the long run, what's going to stay covered up. Like, Larry's telling me, like, oh, you can't use that ink because, that'll lighten up, or like this, that. And I'm like, oh, shit, he's right. Like, and I got to avoid some mistakes because I was listening.
And sometimes you can use a certain color, but then you might have to do it 2-3 times because you have to get it to like, it's like a painting. You got to go over it a couple times, let it dry out, let it come back, let it heal. But you never really want to go over something more than 3 times anyway, because then it just becomes like unnecessary.
Yeah. I have that fun cover up coming up on Cody's shoulder.
What's it of?
Here, I'll show you. I'm going to draw on him, but I'm going to make it like, the church ceilings where it's like
the paintings and stuff on them?
Mm-hmm. You're going to be like, holy shit, uh-oh.
Watercolor? Oh, Cody, that Cody.
Mm-hmm.
He wants that shit covered up.
Yeah, he just needs...
Look what she's about to try. Look what she's not trying. What she's about to cover up. That's some black. That's black.
I'm a pack opaque. You'll see what I do.
I'm not doubting what you're going to do.
Oh, I think it'll be cool. I just have to mess around. I'm going to have him come in early, and I'm going to make him stay fucking late.
Yeah,
he's getting a 12-hour session for that.
That's going to take some time because you got to really.
He booked me 2 days back to back too, so which is
better, because then you can make sure you're not rushing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sometimes when people don't want to do that, you feel like you're rushing. I just tell them they have to set another one later.
Yeah. But no, the only reason that I took on that is because I do have a good feeling that I'll be able to figure out and cover it up. It's like a simple flowy shape. You just got to make it. You got to cut the edges. You got to cut the edges, clean it up, throw shades, layers, make them look low.
Yep. Make them look shadowed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, some of it you can get away with just like the bottom half of the window when you're coming up, fade up.
What do you think an opaque rose would cover up any of that or no?
All black and gray? No color?
I was just going to do, maybe I was going to just do black and gray. But I was thinking of here, maybe a rose right there. Why? You should put a red rose there?
Oh, red, isn't my favorite color for cover-ups. Like, my favorite color for cover-ups are greens, blues.
Blues? Do you think blues might work? If I did a big blue flower?
Yeah, you got to blend it in.
I'm going to place something. Place something there.
If you draw the rose to where the line
on him
and the tribal is going this way, just make sure where
it's black where.
But drop it, so give the darkest underneath, so it's like the shadow under the pellet,
under the petal, yeah.
So that way you can use that as like your dark.
I'm gonna go on my iPad and mess around with it.
Yeah, you just have to play with it.
But I think I do. If I don't go with a flower or something in that center, I'm gonna just go with turn the whole thing into.
You don't really need a flower. You can do something else with that.
Yeah.
Can you text Amanda and let her know I'm in a podcast? Isaac.
He's a podcast.
She's calling me. I don't know if it's going to mess up her sound or not. you all are so talented. I wouldn't even know where to begin trying to cover up something. Cover ups are
Oh,
fun.
thank you. They
Co-
are fun.
as long as you're like you have to be willing to be you have to like to be challenged.
Yeah, you can't if you get frustrated easily and you get like not I don't even want to say like discouraged easily, but like you got to kind of stick with it and be okay with, oh, my first idea didn't work.
Yep.
What's the next one I can think of?
You just gotta know before you put that needle in the skin. Just know I got this because that's really all it's about. Like once I know, I know. Yeah, I
Mhm.
won't even take the cover up. Most of the time now, I can like as soon as I look at it, I'm like, yep, I can do that. And people
Mhm.
are like, you sure? Yeah, I already said yeah. Like once I say yeah, I know I can.
Yeah.
If I'm like, I don't know about that one, that you're gonna have to give me some time on it. And then some I'll
Yeah.
be like, you need to see a laser surgery.
Yeah.
I can't do
Cuz
nothing
I'm
with
not
it.
touching this.
Yeah, I'm not. There's not much I won't cover. Like I'll take some black like
A blank canvas, you have something to work with.
I look at it as business to me. I've been in business and it's 20 years of my life. This last 20 some years of business has been nothing but a challenge, right? And I
Mhm.
accept everything coming
Yeah.
forward. So I look at tattoos the same way. Like, okay, game on, mother. Let's go.
Game on. Give me all the cover-ups.
And that's why I was known for it for so
Mhm.
long. And then
Yeah.
you did that one rose, that cover up you did on that girl, that lady. That was my client, and she wanted me to do it, and I was like, she can do it. When you were like, I can do it, and you were confident in yourself,
Yeah.
you killed that. That was
Which
like
one was it?
it was a rose. That was the first cover up that you ever did,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and that wasn't honestly. I wouldn't have gave it to you. I'm gonna be
Mhm.
100% with you right now, and we're live, so she could see this. I'm
I
sorry.
want I want to give it to me either.
I'm sorry for this, but I didn't know it was that big and that dark. I thought it was smaller and lighter.
Mhm. Oh, the
So
Sweet Caroline cancer ribbon one.
when I saw what you covered up, I was like, oh shit! And then you sent me a picture. I wasn't even there. I was out of town, I think, at the time.
Yeah, you were gone.
And you were like, I did it. I looked out. I was like, shit, where's the cover up? That was what's up. Yeah, like so. That's when I knew if you could tackle that for your first one,
Yeah.
pretty much anything else was endless because you just have the concept of what you need to do, and you
You
can
just
see
have
it.
to think ahead, and it was just people love to make things more complicated than they really are.
Simple
It's
as
like,
easy.
yeah, simple is best. Stick with simple. Keep it simple, stupid.
Oh, say sorry, we're having trouble playing this video. I probably went out when it
Is
probably
it
went
still
out.
recording?
Yeah, it's still recording, so it don't matter. But it probably went out when my wife called.
Are you sure? It's red on the thing,
Where
on the top of the thing. Is it still on?
no, it's still recording. Says record.
Is it
Says we're still on Facebook. Let me refresh it and see if it comes back on. Trials and tribulations of
stuck
life.
on your face?
Oh, it says we're live. Oh, we're good. Sorry, guys, we had a little bit of difficulty.
There we go.
We had a little bit of gotta be center. It's gonna drive me nuts.
I'm hungry.
All right, guys. So look, it zoomed in on me when you did that.
No, you did that, and I fixed it. That was me fixing it. See?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then see, I was a little off. So
Yeah.
I bring it over. Oh, that was a little too much. Then I bring it back over. You do a little bit. Oh well, I left it. I'm wider. Sorry, guys. We're live and we were having a little bit of difficulties,
Technical
but
difficulties.
we are back. So give us some questions, man. Give us some questions about a tattoo, or let me hear about what was your first tattoo? So anybody on here that's gotten tattooed by me in the past, I'll probably regret this. I know somebody got something on there. Something new. Anybody new? Anybody have any questions?
I don't think I have any I'd get covered up. I think if anything, I'd get my parents' birthdays covered up, just because like they're just small and so easy to cover up that like I'd put something way bigger over them and cooler. I want my arms done, but I don't know what I want to put on my arms. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to Japan and get some Japanese dude to just go crazy for like 3 days in a row.
Get the old
I'm not gonna tell anyone. Oh, should I?
I would. I'd do it with you.
For real?
I've always wanted to get one like that. I'll do it. Deal. You heard it.
Japan trip,
Japan trip it is.
Tokyo.
Tokyo Drift.
I want to drift, Larry. I'm gonna get a drift car.
Are you? Okay.
And I'm gonna try to put work on it and learn how to do that shit with cars. Cause my dad's good with cars, and I just feel like I have time on my hands.
So a drift car, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's what Isaac wants to.
A drift car.
Yeah, y'all have a lot of similarities, like in likes.
Mm-hmm. Interests.
Yeah, a lot of interests are the same.
Clothes, snowboarding.
Yep. He wanted. So here's the funny deal. I didn't even tell my wife this. I'm live to this. I'm gonna tell it anyway. We were going to Florida to drop Chris off, right? To move her down there. I was gonna buy this car for him, and it was a drift car. It was a right sided. What was it?
That is.
What was it? S13 right hand drive car, right? My wife's like, no.
Right hand drive. What does that mean?
It's on the right hand side instead of left hand. So
what?
It was gonna be his first car. And she's like, no, he has to have airbags. He has to have this, that, a third. Like, she's all about. She's a mama bear, you know. She's protective.
Yeah.
She's like, no, he has to be in something safe. Safe. So I took the money with me. We already had the trailer. So all we had to do was just put it in the trailer and come home with it. That going down there, I kept like hitting it. And she was like, you better not. So I didn't do it.
Oh, no.
Because if I'd have got
you about to get him a drift car for his first car.
It was a bad idea. Because now he's working for himself, and once he gets himself focused and driven and all the way organized, he can go buy his own.
Mm-hmm.
He just has to get organized.
I know. I think if anything, what I would do is, because either way would kind of be an investment. Because if I put time and money into it, then I could sell it in the future if I don't want anymore.
And they're worth money. And that car was cheap. Wasn't it like $5,000, $6,000? It was cheap. It might have been a little more, but we ain't gonna talk about that because we're on live. It's like I don't remember how much. But it was it wasn't that bad for what it was. Cause you can't find them cars for cheap.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can find one, and it was in good shape, it was like really clean.
So why are the drift cars? Why is it on the right hand side?
It's not that the drift cars have to be on.
Oh, is that just because it's coming from over?
Yeah, it's overseas.
Oh, it's a foreign.
Yep. And you can get them from over there. Like when Pharrell was over in Japan, he had one. He had a what do you have? Evo? I think it was Evo. Right.
That's crazy.
Twin turbo and everything. But over there, you get them for like $5,000.
Yeah.
But to get it shipped back from over there, they wanted you to take all the windows out and do all this other stuff.
Oh, damn.
Containers. So it would have been too much money because I was going to have them bring one back.
Shit.
So drift cars are fun. There's like Dover Downs. They have like videos and stuff. Isaac does videos. You can go watch them do it.
Is it legal? I'm confused. Like you're allowed.
Yeah, they built that parking lot out for them to drift.
Oh, so they don't give a shit?
What days is it? It's like certain days, right? They post it and stuff, and you just got to follow their site. You got to follow them probably on Facebook or Instagram. I know you.
I got to go practice by myself.
Band Production did a couple on their Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
They have a couple of the videos of them drifting and stuff. You can see them doing it.
Yeah. I watch the videos that they make of the drifting.
Yeah.
Those are cool. Looks fun.
Those cars, you just got to make sure that they're not your daily.
Yeah.
You're going to beat them up. You're going to need a lot of work done to them. So
I also want to start either roller skating. I think roller skating, and I'm gonna start surfing in the morning. Once it gets warm enough that I can wear a wetsuit and I actually won't freeze to death, then I'll start going every day at like 5 a.m.
Shoo.
Swear, I'll do it.
I don't doubt you. It's just cold.
It's
Delaware don't have that nice warm water until.
I just broke this pen.
It's a lie. That's all right. It's an artistic edition pen. Took us out. Throw that away before that ink get all over you, because you know now that you took the tip off, all that ink will come right out.
Look, I fixed it.
You ain't giving me back that, so it falls apart in my stuff and gets all over the place.
It's perfect.
She's trying to set me up, guys. You see what I got to deal with? So we've been on this podcast for some time now. How long we been on here? We've been on here for a while.
Like
I just wanted
50 minutes.
I think we're good.
We're good.
I think we get off now, and Kind of call it a day. We only got one person here, 3 people watching us now. They love us.
Hola.
Hi, guys and ladies. Whoever, because I can't see who's watching.
All right. Well, happy Monday.
We're about to go to the gym now.
Everyone go be productive. Get our swole on.
We gotta stay healthy. Health is important, guys. Don't forget it. Thank you for coming and watching the Larry and Graycie live show today. And it will be aired on Monday. If you missed it, you get to watch it on Mondays. That's not good in the outro. Those are outros?
This is the outro. That's the only one.